Hello and welcome to yet another procrastination edition of Ripper's Rambles. This is Ripper's Rambles number 59. You can tell I'm procrastinating because I have the computer currently stacked on a pile of The Queer and the Restless, and this is sort of a spontaneous kind of ramble because I've been working on the horror story and it's killing me. It's just kicking my ass. It is not balancing tension correctly, and it is basically how I feel. I don't know, is there an emoji for that? You guys will have to tell me. So Elle last week when I asked for ramble topics came up with a rather fantastic one about how I see all of the story worlds, and had I been slightly more together, I would have pulled that up so that I could read it to you, but I am not together. I am procrastinating, and thus will have to make up Elle's question as well as my answer. Yes, in short, I do tend to picture everything except the home series, which is alternate universe. Everything else is on the same plane in my head and coexisting in the same world. And yes, that is totally self-serving because it means that Hugh Reynolds can get his fingers into all the other stories. Is there a story he hasn't penetrated yet, so to speak? Oh man, can't believe I just said that. I don't know. There are certainly characters he hasn't met, but I think he has done something crossovery in all the series in every series. So yeah, that is definitely how I picture it. Those stories all exist in the same world, thus bringing massive crossover potential. Mostly because I think that's fun. I also sort of as I think it's very self-indulgent for me as a writer, but I also think there's something really intriguing about I don't know, playing with that, playing with the idea that people exist in the same world. And I think that some writers really don't do that specifically and intentionally because they want all of their story worlds to be very, very separate. And that makes a great deal of sense in like paranormal and sci-fi and fantasy. And then in other ways, in contemporary, I think, you can still do that, but there's not as much narrative reason to do that. And that doesn't mean that you have to shamelessly cross over all of your characters. I mean, some of us like doing that. Don't judge. But yes, I mean, it's also, there is only one fantasy world in my head. Like, seriously, this is a true story. There's only one fantasy world in my head. I'm going to have to take that back. There's actually one plus. But like every fantasy story I ever wrote as a younger person took place in the same world in different places, but in the same plane. So I could potentially cross over, say, Isa from the Queen's Reflection with, whoever I wrote in stories that you have never read. That's awesome. I'm on a table, and every time I move, the camera moves. Sorry. So yeah, that's just how my brain works. I think I'm not a huge world builder, so I build one world and then just sort of expand on that theme endlessly. I mean, you'd think you'd have to be really creative to be a writer. It's not really true. I'm not the most creative person I know. I'm not even the most creative person in my house. But yes. So there you have it. Thanks so much to Elle for the question. And, well, I don't know if you'll see me next week because I don't have any looming deadlines next week that I need to procrastinate about. Maybe I'll get back to writing or recording more official videos. Okay, there you have it. Ripper's Rambles, number 59, clocking in at exactly 5 minutes. Bye!